Yeah. Top of the day, people. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to my channel. Please like, please subscribe to my channel. Please do so immediately. You figure deal me? Alright, so what's the deal, people? Um so I wanna do something different with my channel, right? I don't wanna do pranks. I don't wanna cover news. I don't wanna cover things that everybody else is talking about. I wanna talk about the sensitive stuff. I want to address the issues that we need to address in order to fix society as a whole, our communities as people of color, and our relationships in general, right? So, my conversation topic, for today. Excuse me for stumbling over my words, and I do talk with a lisp. So if some of my words drag or you hear extra S, I'm not a reptilian. I just got a list. Alright, cool. Today is the 31st. It is Friday. 1 month in to the new year. 1 month into a new decade. In 2020 started off completely on some bullshit. But that's not what we're gonna talk about, man. Tragedies, man. Tragedies, man. This has been a month of tragedies. About a month earlier this month, my aunt was beat to death up in Albany, New York. And then over this past week, we had the tragic death of Kobe Bryant, his lovely daughter Gianna, and those other 7 people on board with them in that helicopter. So my condolences to those people, the Bryant family, and every other family that was affected by that tragedy. Can we not celebrate our legends, our idols, our role models? Can we not celebrate these people after they go to join the ancestors? Can we celebrate them while they're here on earth still? Alright, and that's enough for that for the time being. So last Friday, I'm boarding the 4 train. I'm up on Eastern Parkway, getting on the 4 train. And as I'm boarding the 4 train, there's a female who's getting on the train and she's on the phone. She's having a conversation with her homegirl, and she's telling her homegirl how the dude that she's dealing with, who's of mixed ethnic descent, black and Spanish, I believe, was telling her how black women ain't good for nothing, how Spanish women and white women are better to deal with than black women. And I listened to this female explain to her girlfriend why she stays with this dude. So boom, bing, shit like that happens. That's how real it is, right? So I decided right then and there to address this issue, because these are some of the things that I've said to females, black women at that. And I do have 3 children. My second son's mother is Puerto Rican and Nicaraguan. My first son's mother is straight black, I believe. I'm of Haitian descent, African American and Haitian descent. I was born here in Brooklyn, New York. Right here in New York City. And it's time to address these things, man, because this female was a beautiful young lady. And the pain and the emotional distress that she was under, that you could hear in her voice as she's explaining to her homegirl how she feels about this individual, it was hard. It was heartbreaking. It's some shit that you don't want to hear, and especially if you've said it before yourself in the past. Now I've perpetrated this same behavior in the past, so I want to address this because it's time. We're living in a society where no one cares about each other. Everyone is out for their own well-being. No one's looking out for each other. This shit gotta stop, blood. This shit gotta stop, homie. We can't keep doing this shit. We can't get nowhere if we don't start building together. So on that note, this is what my channel is going to be about. I'm going to address a lot of these topics. I'm going to put together conversations between me, some of my homegirls. I'm going to do some interviews with some people, and hopefully we can get a discussion started that expands outside of this room. And excuse the Spartan appearance of this room. I'm up at John Jay. I'm a member of the prison reentry services up at College Initiative, which is a part of John Jay. I've been a part of them since 2015 when I came home from my first bed. That's another story. But yeah. So real quick, I want to touch on something that I got from this book called Brainwash: Challenging the Myths of Black Inferiority, right? And in that book, there's 2 chapters that I really want to grab and elaborate on and expound on real quick before I keep going, right? So the second chapter and the first chapter that I want to discuss is called Relationship Wrecks: Why We Can't Form Strong Families. And it starts off with an excerpt from the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And it says, the shattering blows in the Negro family have made it fragile, deprived, and often psychotic. Father's Day, June 15, 2008. Barack Obama, then only a candidate for the U.S. presidential nomination, stood before a black congregation at the Chicago Southside Church and delivered an important message to the black community. Of all the rocks upon which we build our lives, we are reminded today that family is the most important. But if we are honest with ourselves, we'll also admit that too many fathers are missing from too many lives and too many homes. They have abandoned their responsibilities, acting like boys instead of men, and the foundations of our families are weaker because of it. Deep. Something to think about. Anyone familiar with the Willie Lynch letter and the making of a slave? Yeah, I have to get to that in the next video. So deep. We already see that Barack Obama addressed it during his presidential nomination campaign in 2008. We see that the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King has addressed it, prior to his untimely demise. So let's think about this. Why is this? Why are we like that? We do know, for us, young men of black and Latino descent, men of black and Latino descent, our men in general, people in general, so let me correct that, right? In general, our first experience with love comes from the household. So from our mothers, if you're a young man, from our fathers, if you're a young woman. Mothers teaches our sons how to be men. Fathers teaching them how to be, our daughters how to be ladies and young women. There's certain things that both parents have to do, right? And then there are things that each parent does individually to help their child get to that place in life where they want them to be. No one wants our daughters, especially me. I don't want my daughter coming up dealing with dudes who are going to treat them foul, do them all kinds of dirty, and have them crying every 5 minutes. Because listen, I'm not for it. Don't hurt mine, and you ain't got to get hurt. It's just that real, right? So I'm going to pause this for a minute, and I'm going to come back to this. Alright, people, so I'm back and went to go try to get a couple of people to do an interview. But my ladies, my homegirls, they're not, Heart to Hill, my homegirl Heart to Hill, she don't feel that she's presentable for the camera. And Steffi the same thing. So we're going to interview them next week and get a little conversation going with them next week. Hopefully I'll be able to run into my girl Orchids in a few hours and get a little interview with her and Unexplainable Awesomeness and get her little take on it. Because yeah, and then as a warm up outside, or as I come across females, dudes, I will sit down, get a little conversation going, a little debate topic going on about this conversation, and I'll keep it going because we need to address this, people. We need to address this. Black men, we can't keep on going on dismissing our black women. Black women, y'all can't keep on going on dismissing y'all black men. And it's just going to be as simple as that, man. So peace and love to all y'all. Like and subscribe on this channel, and hopefully, y'all come back next week to see, the follow-up interviews and all that, and we be able to address this issue further on. You know what I mean? Right now, I'm gonna wrap it up though, cause I can't get nobody to interview. And even though I want to keep on talking about this topic, I do want to have a conversation with somebody else about this topic in whole before I continue on. So if I can't reach Nala Orchard's unexplainable awesomeness in Heart to Hill, things like that, we will have another video for y'all next week, man. Peace and love. God moves. Folks, we out here. Peace.